step inside the cell. It's easy to do when you know that the cell is like a home, and the household objects in that home are the proteins. Proteins can be machines, like your fridge, or they can be structures like your furniture. They can be as big as your closet or as small as your teaspoon. Now, as you look around this cell, I want you to notice how tidy and organized it is. That's because the cell's been doing some spring cleaning. In German, Frühjahrsputz. Yeah. So, but no, not just once a year. It does this constantly, all the time, sorting through its proteins, and most importantly, deciding which proteins are broken, not needed anymore, and so need to go in the bin. In order to do this, it's got a little trick up its sleeve: labeling. It takes these labels and it attaches them onto proteins with instructions on them. These instructions can be then read by label readers, and then they can fulfill the task. So this protein could be activated, or maybe thrown in the dustbin, or moved somewhere else in the cell, like the kitchen drawer in this case. Well, I'm really interested in this labeling system because my house is a mess and I really need some cleaning advice, but also because it's relevant for diseases. Step into the cell next door. This is the home of a brain cell which is undergoing a neurodegenerative disease, like Alzheimer's disease. And you'll see it's complete chaos. The trash is spilling out of the dustbin. Actually, the trash is piling up everywhere. There can't be good spring cleaning going on here. And why is the spring cleaning not working? Well, in order to understand that, we have to understand how the spring cleaning works in the first place. So in my research, I go back to the healthy cell, back to the basics, and that is the labeling system. So what I do is I take one of the labels that we don't understand yet, and then I go fishing. I use it as a bait. And I take the cell with its proteins, put it in, and look for those interacting proteins, the label readers. I can then start to ask questions like, what is this label reader? How does it read the label? And then what task does it fulfill once it's read the label? Answering these simple questions starts to build up our knowledge so that we can ask the big questions about diseases. So when you go back to your homes and maybe do some spring cleaning of your own, I hope that you're inspired by the cell and its labeling system. Thank you.